Shalom, Yahbashim Yahshua Barakatham. Call all Yahbashim Yahushua. Double honors to our apostles / elders. And you blessed salutations to you brothers out there and you women out there that's enduring this truth and sincerity. And another blessing is Barakatham to y'all brothers out there doing the work in truth and sincerity. This is GMS in transit. Considering this the Passover, the Pesach coming through. We're gonna, I want to get into, Egypt, Rome in its present time, and the connection of the 2/3 and the characteristics of them. Cause it's funny how these niggas, don't realize that they're doing the works of Satan, when it's been written in the scriptures. The scriptures say things that are written aforetime, written for our learning. And one thing that going back to Egypt, 2/3 did what? They murmured, they complained, and they complained. The main thing that baffled me when I was reading these scriptures, especially dealing with Egypt, specifically in the book of Deuteronomy, early on in the chapter, is that they murmured and complained right after Yahweh Shem Yahushai did wrought incredible miracles, parting the Red Sea, all the plagues, the chariot by day, the chariot by day, the fire by night, the quails, the angels' bread, and niggas just kept complaining. And then on top of that, they wanted to meet Yahushua himself. What's that? What does that tell you? They despise dominion. Okay? They talk shit, and then soon as you turn your back, to go do something, basically go to take a piss, they come up with some crazy ass doctrine. So that was 2/3 then. Can you correlate with that now? Yeah, hell yeah, man. These niggas out here is doing the exact same thing, man. They scoff at the truth. They scoffed at Yahushua for speaking the truth. They wanted to overthrow Yahushua when you connected to Rome. They wanted to overthrow Yahushua because the fact that he had a position that they wanted, or a position that they thought they had. From the wicked Pharisees to just Israelites doing what the hell they wanted to, and Yahushua was upbraiding them. And speaking of upbraiding, that reminds me of what Wisdom of Solomon said, that they didn't want to be upbraided. Esau, they basically oppressed us because they don't want to be upbraided by Israelites, because they know if we get on top, we're gonna keep the law, statutes, and commandments to our best abilities. And these 2/3 niggas, they're calling people's jobs. They're trying to send you over to Caesar. And Esau, that'd be crazy if Esau be like, yo, ain't you an Israelite too? Why It'd be like, hey, we got, we follow the law of the land too. I believe they'll say some shit like that. That's why we know for a fact that these 2/3 here in this time are the 2/3 that were in Yahushua's time. They're the 2/3 that was in the time of Moses. And if they're the 2/3, then we gotta be, Lord willing, amongst the elect, or the elect that very same people is here. Okay? And then in those times, in correlation, as those same people were put to death, the earth swallowed their ass up. Nothing really happened to the in the time of Rome, but they were put to death spiritually. Okay, they were spiritually dead. And then the elect made it into the promised land in Egypt. Okay, and the elect in the time of Rome had to go through some hardship. It was kind of backwards, in Rome when it comes to the elect in the 2/3. The 2/3 ain't nothing really happened to them. You know what I'm saying? But the elect went through hell and high water. So right now it's like a culmination of both, where the elect gonna receive salvation, but we gotta go through hell and high water too. But the 2/3, they flourish in this society, but ultimately they're gonna be put to death. You see? So at the end of the day, this is a very serious time. A very, very serious time that we're in when it comes to salvation. And this shit ain't a game. But meanwhile, you got niggas playing. You got niggas playing like it is a game. Scoffing, lying, blatantly lying. How the hell you consider yourself a man of the Lord, conscious-wise, spiritually wise, in your mind, you making shit up. And the scriptures say, bring not a false accusation. And you blatantly do it. And there's no way that you could be thinking the Most High is dealing with you when you gotta revert to those type of strategies to so-called expose someone or demonize someone or put them in a certain light that you feel that they should be in. The truth is above all. You should be able to speak the truth about somebody, accurately and in a mindful, in a lawful way, because you speaking the truth about putting somebody's information out, but that's some old punk ass nigga woman shit, man. You ain't gotta do all that to have somebody being hardship. All you gotta do is pray to the Most High. But guess what? They know they can't pray to the Most High against such things because the brothers ain't doing nothing wrong. So they gotta call Caesar. They gotta call Caesar on them. Just like they had to do to Yahweh Shai, man. And Yahweh Shai said, guess what? We gotta suffer. And he said, basically, if you think Yahweh Shai suffering, he ain't do nothing, how good are we? So basically, we gonna have to suffer the same fate, man. So brothers have to prepare themselves, man. Brothers have to arm themselves, because these 2/3 and these scoffers is at a high level. That means we gotta ratchet it up, not ratchet it up fighting fire with fire. No, we gotta ratchet up our righteousness. We gotta really get on fire, like the apostle said, and another brother said, just because it's a new year of death, destruction, and diligence doesn't mean it's not the year to push anymore. It just add on, man. Okay? It's just adding on. So I just really want to get on that because of the Pesach coming up. This is a very serious time. It's a time to analyze yourself. It's a time to become strong, because the shit that they're coming with, it's not like willy-nilly. I don't give a fuck about that shit. It does bother you at a point, to a certain extent, but faith is what holds you to make you stand stiff in the name of the Lord. So at the end of the day, it'll disturb you, but it won't shake you. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna stop us from doing the work. Only people that it's gonna stop is niggas that wasn't meant to be in the truth in the first place. So I pray that brothers get stronger in this thing. I pray that brothers keep me in your prayers as I'm in, as you are in mine. And definitely pray for our apostles, who which are our leaders, our masters on this earth, that the Most High Yahweh Bashim Yahushua ordained. And I definitely pray that these 2/3 get their judgment. I'm not in no rush for them niggas to get fucked up right now. The reason being because it'll be too easy. I want them to suffer. I want them to go through hell and really suffer to get into the kingdom of heaven. Because all Israel will end up in the kingdom of heaven, but only elect will be the first fruit. Okay? So I pray them niggas die a slow death, man. So they can learn what the fuck they did. So with that being said, I'm going to say, call halal, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, double honors to our apostles/elders, which are GMS, and blessings and salutations to you brothers that's enduring this work in truth and sincerity. You few women out there that follow also. Shalom.